Hey, AfterBuzz TV, Black Monday fans, we finally made it to the season finale. We have so much to cover. We finally find out who has the real upper hand in the Georgina play, who comes back from the dead, and who is it that fell out of the window. All of that and so much more when we return.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
AfterBuzz TV, AfterBuzz TV. Guys, you will not believe all the stuff we have to cover tonight, and we have an amazing special guest here. I am so excited. First of all, I'm your host, Angel Taylor. I'm here with my lovely panelists. Let's introduce them. Miss Shay Jones here, the inquisitive Shay Jones.
I like that. Hey guys, I'm so excited to talk about tonight.
Absolutely. We have our, oh my gosh, so witty, so cute, Mr. Dimples himself,
Yes.
Jason Michael Snow in the building.
All right.
Hi, hello.
And we have my girl, Miss Kitty Kaboom.
Kaboom! What's up, baby?
She's
Good to be
about
here.
to wreak havoc on this episode. I'm so ready to dive in, guys. We do have a special segment. We will be recalling something from the 80s, and we are going to find out a little news about season 2, possibly, maybe. We'll find out. Okay, so guys, tell me what your overall thoughts were for this season finale.
Overall
Shay.
thoughts, I was right. I am so happy right now.
Goodness.
I am super happy that I like everybody was just saying no. It was like it's Mo or somebody else. I'm like yes, it was not. And
Tell
I'm
them
still
what
right.
you're talking about.
Okay, so obviously, so when we first did this, Lim and Angel, I think it was right before you got here, Kitty.
Yeah.
Everybody was saying that. I think you mostly was just like it's Mo or somebody.
No,
who's-
I was here. I
somebody who's
remember that argument.
Oh, somebody who's of color, and I was
Right.
just like, no, I do not believe that. I am.
I
not.
thought the wrist belonged to an African American
And it did
because it
not.
was sure enough dark, but it was just dark with blood.
It was just like with blood. Like, yes.
They're talking about it, but they're not telling you what they're talking about. The jump out of the
Who
window.
jumped out of the
fell
window?
out of the
Who
window.
fell to their death
Yes,
and crashed into the
into
Lambo.
the Lambo. Right.
It was Jammer. We find out obviously, but I was super excited that I was still right. I'm vindicated right now.
I'll
I'm
bring you
super
a
happy.
cookie next time, okay, boo?
Semi-sweet, please.
Jason, what are your overall thoughts on this season finale?
It was so cool to kind of watch in real time, you know, because we watch like Game of Thrones or whatever, and you're like, oh, who's gonna die or who's gonna live? And this was my first time knowing months ago what it was before the show started, and so then you go into this and like my friends are texting me like, okay, but like tell me like who falls off the
You were doing that to me out
Seriously.
there.
And it
I was like, don't do me
And I
like
was like,
that.
no, you got 22 minutes. Come on, you can do it. You
Right,
can do
you
it.
can hang in there and see
Yeah.
what's up.
Yeah, and
There
it was
you
a cool
go.
surprise, right? It was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
Because you totally led me to think that it was Keith, because I was like, it was Keith, right? And you were like, I was like, Jason, you don't do me like that.
It was fun. Going into the season, I think there was lots of options for who it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the actors knew, like, it could be me, it could be me, it could be me. And then going into that final table read, I knew that they had changed the ending, but I didn't know what it was. And I think half the people in the room, and you know, because you do those table reads, and it's like executives and casting, and like all sorts of people are in the room, and they all
Right.
read different versions of the script.
Right.
And we all sat down at the table and got to those last
knew.
6 pages, and there was this gasp in the room where I was like, oh, no way!
Exactly.
And that was really cool to kind of sit and be a part of, because
That is
I'm just
so
sitting there being like,
crazy.
oh my god, he falls out of a window. This is so crazy.
So you were finding out as the episodes move forward.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this is like you're watching it with us almost.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, in the
like,
future.
yeah.
Well,
in October.
in
October.
Yes.
Yeah. But it was cool because I love the script and I love the writing and the cast and everybody was so cool. It was fun to just be what felt like you're hanging out with your friends, and then you also like the show. You know?
Exactly.
It's
You're
not just like
actually on
playtime.
the
It's like, oh, I
show.
think I kind of like this too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cool.
What about you, Kitty?
My overall thoughts of the show are all positive. First of all, I've always said from day one, the writing is impeccable on the show. There's so many double entendres. There's so much great wordplay. So I just absolutely loved trying to pay attention. I had to watch it twice because I couldn't understand, okay, but the 13% plus the 21 means that we're the majority, then we froze you out, and then we got 65%. I'm like, what? What's happening? I don't know what's happening right now. So I do like that it made me think that it wasn't just for entertainment. I had to like pay attention. And then it flipped it again and again. Every time I thought I knew, something new happened that was just like, oh, I thought I had that down pat, but no, they flipped it on me again.
Yeah, that
So it
was
kept
my
me guessing.
favorite part. Like all of the jokes, I literally had to pull out Google on a lot of the vocabulary they used. All of these jokes, they weren't landing with me, but it's only because, you know, it's an 80s show. And in the 80s, I was born in 86. So, like, I really had to Google a lot. So I love how, you know, enlightened I feel from this show, guys.
You learned something.
Just a time capsule. It was a cute little time
you
capsule
gonna
of a
learn
show.
today.
So how did you guys feel about the plot twist? Like, who really had the upper hand in the end? Dawn being in cahoots with Blair this whole time.
That was a nice twist. I wasn't checking for it, so the fact that they kind of sprung that on us was amazing. And I actually see like Blair's full transformation from being
Yes.
like the goofy nerd to
Oh,
this
yeah.
dark side, darker Mo, basically. Mm-hmm. That was just very amazingly written, amazingly done.
Kind of surprising too, wasn't it?
Yes.
I didn't see him going full circle. He went darker than Mo. You know
Like
what I mean?
he
Mo
went
created
full
a
House of Cards on him.
He did.
And like it got real dark.
Yeah, and real funky. I mean, the fact of the matter is, he's drinking and doing coke and looking at Dawn like, "What's your problem? Let's get into it."
Straight
and
up.
Dawn's just like, "God, have some self-respect at this point." But
Have a heart.
Have compassion.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We just saw a guy die.
right, he's
And
just like,
now you're
"Oh,
just
please."
like, no, I'm just gonna do a line and get over it.
Or not just
That
caring the
part.
fact that he completely destroyed Wall Street. Like, people are losing their houses, their
Yes.
jobs, their fortunes, their kids' fortunes.
Yeah.
Everything is SOL basically right now.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think that they initially thought that what they were doing would mean that everybody at the Jammer group would be SOL.
Yeah,
or like
they didn't realize
right,
the
they
full
didn't-
impact.
There you go. I don't think they understood the ripple effects. But even when it did kind of hit home, he still was like, "Oh, please do a line. Get over yourself." I'm just like, what is happening right now? This guy is completely turned a 180. Like, there's no way he was that guy initially.
So, Jason, did you expect for Dawn to really be on Blair's side? I mean, I know you already knew probably what was going to happen, but were you expecting for it to turn out the way it did?
The thing that I thought, what a great sentence. Yeah, great. I went college. What I thought was so cool about the arc of both those guys through the season was I spent the whole time thinking Don Cheadle was just gonna like kind of warm up to him and like maybe change, and then they kept like making him so duplicitous the whole time that I felt it was cool to kind of watch him sort of have an arc and then walk away from it and like sort of change and then like back off from it, and then to watch Andrew Blair's thing of becoming this evil, awful Wall Street guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was such a cool way to change what we're used to in like a TV show and be like, oh, everyone's gonna change, or like everyone has a different journey. And this was, yeah, right. And this was more just like, no, the hero becomes the bad guy,
Yeah.
and the bad guy just gets screwed and doesn't become a good guy and just
Exactly.
gets out of there.
You gotta
It
love
was
that,
so
though.
cool, yeah. And
Yeah.
then you're sitting there and you're like, I kind of feel like I'm on Dawn's side. You know what I mean? Like I walked away and I was just like, oh, I want to know what the heck happens to her, because now she threw all her chips in with this monster, and now she's stuck
And
with this
he's the
new
mastermind.
monster. Yeah,
Behind it
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Take that.
yeah.
Exactly.
What do you think, Kitty?
I thought it was awesome. I think the fact that Dawn did come out on top, and then of course they, with the great writing at the very end when the FBI stormed in, and they're just like, "Oh, that's just his secretary."
Yeah.
Gotta love that,
I mean,
right?
that was like perfectly.
That
She just walking out, she's like,
perfect. She's like, "Oh yeah, that's what you think? That's
Tucks
fine.
and all.
That works for
Fine.
me. Normally, I would cuss you the out,
Yeah.
but today I'm gonna walk
I'ma
past
let
you.
you
Yeah,
I'm gonna let
exactly.
you rock.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna let you rock. Y'all want to look for Mo? Go right ahead, cause I'm out of here, and you'll never know the difference. But yeah, I think it probably is a little scary for Dawn too, cause now that she's in bed with like this monster, I don't think that she thought that he would become what he has become. So it's next season. There has to be a next season.
Come on,
Please,
next
there to be
season.
next season.
Yes.
Yes, because I can't wait to find out how she turns out. You know what I mean? And I love the fact that she asked dude for a divorce, and we haven't seen him since.
I know. They just cut him right
Right?
off.
Like,
Yeah.
I want a divorce. Bye.
Okay, Spencer.
Deuces.
Dang, Spence.
Well,
he didn't even get to say deuces.
No love lost.
Well, he just like he signed over his stocks back over to her in the divorce. Like that was all they did. Like
When did you see all that? What happened? Where-
last
stop.
week's episode when everybody brought their stocks in from Mike, and like wherever they hid it, they had to bring it back into Mo for the Georgina play to work.
Okay.
Because they had to hide all the stocks at first.
Okay.
She said in the divorce she had Spencer sign the stocks back over to her.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't hear the part. She said it only costed her a boat.
No, she said she wanted the boat. That she had to give up the stock for the boat. She couldn't get both. She couldn't actually keep them. She had to choose the stocks, and he got to keep the boat.
Oh, so there was some type of settlement or something
Their
in the
settlement
divorce?
in the divorce, yeah.
So that's all we heard about Spencer. Poor Spencer and his
That's
big old
about it.
hips. He was out of there.
You better stop hips. You better. I caught that hip.
You remember that? He was
Before
like,
we
I like a
move
man
on-
with hips. Well, he got them.
Before we move on to any more kitty shade, I think Shay has something to share with our viewers.
I mean, I do. You know, guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just want to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk.
Absolutely.
For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're listening to us right now on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. You can't give us a 1 through 4 because unfortunately they broke. I can't tell you how they broke, but they broke. So 5 is the only one that works. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We love hearing your guys' thoughts on our conversation,
Yes.
your theories into the shows because they're awesome. So being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much, seriously, to all of us. And we truly appreciate your supporting us and doing what we love.
Yes.
Don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows, guys. We got sci-fi shows, reality TV shows, comedy, drama. We got it all covered for you. So come on.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. How about that?
Bam, right there. Okay, so I just want to get into what were your reactions when Jaminski came back from the dead?
Ooh,
I was like,
I didn't see
I
that.
thought Mo was actually just gonna have that heart attack and die down the floor.
Yeah, I thought he was out of there. I was like, okay, so he missed the whole Black Monday. What about you, Jason?
It was cool, mostly just because I'd heard about Bruce Dern being around, and then getting to it and reading it, you're like, oh, whoa, he's not dead? But what about the ashes?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
You know?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of hurt my feelings a little bit. I felt badly for Mo, if that's such a thing, because he's such a bad guy. It's kind of hard to have a heart for someone that's heartless. But you could tell that he put his heart on the table and really expressed it. He's like, wait a minute. I'm like your son. You ain't my son. You think I came back here for your little funky birthday? What are you, 9? I was like, well, damn. He basically wiped him off the table with that. I mean, my God, could you please? He was like, but what about the watch? This funky $60 watch. Boy, get out my face. I felt horrible. I mean,
did
it was
too.
really mean.
First of all, also, how old is you? And then you also get out of your chair and walk all the way up to the balcony. I'm still trying to figure out. First of all, you were in a bed for the longest time, so either you figured out how to walk too out of his wheelchair.
He
That gets you to
wasn't
5 steps to the
handicapped.
balcony.
No, but he was never handicapped.
Oh,
Shay.
I was
He
gonna
was
say,
just
yeah,
sick.
he's the king
He
of
was sick, so they
yeah.
put him in a
Scammer
wheelchair.
of all
He's the scammer of
scammers.
scammers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's the scammer of all scammers. So I didn't see that coming at all. Like, obviously, I don't think any of us
No.
foresaw that he would come back from the dead. And he was so proud of himself, like, this is what I do. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like, and I want my money.
Yeah.
Like,
Super
wait, 2
heartless
minutes ago,
move.
you was about to die.
Right?
Now you gonna get all the coin? I don't think so, bruh.
I'm kind of surprised he had to grab Don's gun. I thought for sure he'd just bring his own heat. And just like walk, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Just walk
Right.
Or
in.
even
Like,
like,
Right.
nurse, bring me my piece.
yeah.
Right? Because
Exactly.
he ordered her to do everything.
Yes. She has no life. She just lives for him.
I mean, she might be also getting paid really good money, so, sir, what you need?
In that respect.
Although
it's all
knowing
good.
him, she's probably not getting that good of a salary.
Right, because he's probably being skimpy on
Yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
He's a mess.
I agree. I felt bad for Mo because
Yeah.
it's hard to be always calm. Mo, he does have a heart. He does care.
He doesn't
When
know
does-
how to care. It's like
He
they had to bring him
cares.
back. No, he does. Well,
Well, to
you're
an
right.
extent. To
I
an
mean,
extent, he does know how to care.
Yeah.
But obviously, he's also it's getting fucked over many times by showing he cares. So sometimes he
By women.
and obviously now by Blair, and Keith. So
Yeah. So they just kind of keep piling up. But he made this bet. My heart did break for him a little bit because I didn't expect Jammer to be that harsh. But at the end of the day, we are talking about Mo here, people. Roland, aka Roland.
Yeah.
I mean, he is a piece of work.
he's still rolling though underneath all that.
Underneath it
Maurice
all, yeah.
Monroe, he is still rolling
But then when
somewhere
he
in
finally
that.
allowed himself to be vulnerable, he told Dawn that he loved her. I
Yes.
never thought I would hear that come out of his mouth. Never. To anybody. He
Do
said,
you,
I
do you think
love
that was
you?
sincere? Do you think that was like totally sincere?
Yeah. Because I
think
think the
so.
chips are
Yeah.
down.
You don't, Jason? You don't think
I
it's
don't.
sincere?
I think I just was taught the whole season to question him. That, you know what I mean? So that I just was even when he said, I was like, I don't know if you're
You
being
know what?
real.
Yes, I questioned it when Andrew Reynolds' character Blair said that he had someone follow him and he got the ring the day
Upstate.
before.
Yeah.
I was
Yes.
Yeah,
like, let me find out you
Yeah.
wasn't sincere in that moment.
No, but
because he
obviously
totally had me
got the Lambos,
sold.
a bow on it, and everything. So I mean, I'm like, so now you have to believe. Do I believe Blair now, or do I believe Mo?
When people are running errands, they don't just run one errand. I mean, you got an errand boy. He's gonna run whatever errand you tell him to run. Go pick up a ring. How long does that take? 20 minutes.
You had to go all the way
An hour.
upstate.
Yeah, yeah.
All the way upstate.
Okay,
could've bought it in
but
Manhattan.
so is that Lamborghini factory. It's probably right there down the street.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
it
Don't
all
act
done
like
in
it
one-
couldn't happen the same
One
day.
stop shop. No kidding. No, definitely. I can see that.
So how did you guys feel about Mo walking away knowing he has nobody in this world that he can lean on?
Who could he
No
lean on
friends.
before? He didn't have no friends before.
He thought Dawn was down for him. She was
And Keith was too until
at some point.
Yeah, at some
Keith
point.
was too until that day. I mean, his
yeah.
hands were tied. What else could he do? The market was already crashing.
Yeah, there wasn't too much that Keith could do to salvage himself at that point. That's why he was definitely considering taking
he
his own
really
life at that.
was.
He was like, what else do I have to live for? My boyfriend gone. I miss my bae already. Right, bae is out of here. I never loved my wife. Those kids can suck it. You know what I mean?
His kid.
Wow.
That's all he does. He don't love his babies.
Well, damn.
He does not love them kids. He don't care about nobody but Keith and a
my
little bit of trim when he can get it. And that's about it.
True story.
okay.
Right?
Tragic.
So
Question for
Yeah.
Jason though, because we were talking about earlier about the table read for this episode.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
tell
And
us.
obviously, because most of your scenes are always with Paul, who plays Keith.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
was it like being obviously in the room with Don Cheadle, Don, Andrew, like, and obviously,
Yes.
like
Spill
just
that
being
tea.
in that.
Yes.
Well,
space.
it was fun just because all of my shooting days were just Paul Scheer and me,
Yeah.
and I never got to know anybody on set.
That is interesting.
And so the first episode we shot, I found out that I got the episode as I was mid-flight going to Manhattan.
Really?
We talked about this. We haven't
No,
talked
not
about
that.
this,
You
have
told me you said you had to wait.
we? Oh,
so-
right.
Yeah.
I was-
He's
I-
always doing that to
Sorry,
people.
yeah, sorry.
He's good. He's good. He's not spilling any
No,
tea.
so I was flying to Manhattan to my buddy's wedding, and I found out on the flight I got this job, and I had to be on set at 8 a.m. the next day.
Go,
So
boy.
when I landed, my agent manager were like, "Dude, you got to tell your friend, like, I'll make it up to you and turn right around." So when I got to JFK, I turned back around, got back to set, took an overnighter, and then
love
went
it.
right into like costumes and costumes, hair and makeup, and was like in and out, in and out, in and out. And they were like, "Great, we're ready for you on set." And I walk on set, met Paul Scheer as we were climbing into bed together.
What?
And I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you."
Oh my God.
They're like, "Great, awesome. You want to make out and kiss my legs? Sounds great."
You want to kiss real quick to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
this
yeah,
over
yeah,
with?
yeah.
So wait a minute. They emailed you the lines when they told you that you booked the gig.
And
you got
all
your
I had at that
script?
point was just my scenes. So I got there and I was like, I don't know what this show's about. Let's do some acting.
Whoa.
That's the worst.
Well, it was fun because it just like
That
'cause
is fun.
Kinda
looking
isolates
back
it,
on it,
yeah.
I was like, it's such an island. Like he's such a different person when he's with Mike, my character, and then when he like because all this like quick rapid fire, like all the punny stuff that he does in the day trading and all that.
Yeah.
he's not quite like that when it's the other side of him.
True.
Right.
And I loved
He's
seeing.
sensitive.
Yeah, it was cool. It was really and it was fun to kind of like explore that and figure all that out to find like what our dynamic was of like how close we are and how honest we are and when we're honest and why and all that kind of stuff.
That
It was
is
cool.
so lovely. Okay, so please tell me how much of Mike, your character, aligns with your personality? Because I was like, he's effortlessly acting. This must be him.
Oh, that's very sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
I got
Mike.
that impression as well.
Thank you. You guys, come on.
Yeah.
I've known you for long, so we're good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't have to say. I don't have to.
She's like, I know he's acting.
No, I think it's also part acting, part who you are, Jason. I've known you for forever. I feel like around the time. So.
Mike is 100% who I was in college.
Okay.
Mike was me in college.
Yeah.
Like I was in love with someone that did not love me back. And I mean, although I do think that Keith loves Mike, I think it's kind of fucked up because of the situation they're in.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, in college I was that guy who had crushes on lots of people that didn't like me back ever. And you find you move mountains for no reason.
Yeah.
Right? For those
That
kind of
part.
people.
Yeah.
And so when we did that day of shooting when I had to wear that baseball hat and like take the
You
the
know
big
that
baseball
broke my
hat off.
heart, right?
Well, it was
broke my
it
heart.
was kind of real of just looking at it, you know, and God, Paul's such a great actor, and like looking him in the face and just being like, yeah, I'll do this thing and we talked. And I feel like I knew it was my character would know it was insidious. Like I know that by saying yes to this, there's something bad about it, but I love you too much to worry about it.
Right.
And so it was cool to kind of live in that world.
I
and
trust us.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You're gonna make sure that we're okay, right?
Right?
Yeah, but you also, your character Mike stood up for you. Like, you're having your best living night, you're on Broadway, you're like, I'm going to spend time with my friends. If you want to come, that is
right,
your choice.
I
Yeah.
like that.
I love
that
that.
too.
Kind of pulls him
I
out of the
was-
closet a little
He
bit.
threw
Yeah.
that toupee
Yeah.
off, baby.
Yeah.
That earring
For his
party.
wife's blouse.
Yes.
Showed up.
Gotta love
Hey,
that.
now.
Yeah.
No, but I love that you drew the line in the sand at that point. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Everything
Yeah.
up until that point, you were just like, as you said, I trust us. I'm going to do this for the greater good. I'm going to take one for the team. Repeatedly, after he gave you his ass to kiss. Repeatedly. So for you to say, listen, this is so important to me, as are you, but there has to be a pecking order here. And I have to value myself more. So I'm going to go this part. I'm going to celebrate with people that I know genuinely support me. And if
Yeah.
you want to come through, show your face. And the fact that he did, you know what I really liked about your reaction to a lot of stuff too?
Yeah.
You kind of are a very cool under pressure kind of guy. So even when things happen that would normally have the other person be very reactionary, I think you played so well off of Paul because he was so reactionary to things. You just kind of went with that. Even when you got busted even when you were coming out of the 12 by 12, like you weren't going bananas on him. You know what I mean? You
Like
weren't ham.
we would.
I would go ham.
Yeah.
And another
Let's
thing,
talk about
I
it.
was in 12 by 12 cell. Right, you would have been all that. You would have
Just
been
getting
all
all
that.
up there for
Exactly.
sure.
Right. And you were just like, check this out. I was just in jail because of you. So I'm done. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. I was like, okay, that's sexy. Because it was so mature of you.
Well,
Whereas
you know,
would've
and also,
it would have
you know-
been a neck situation. It would have been a whole lot of other stuff going on. So
Well, I mean, right, like back in like theater school, right? I don't know if you guys ever did that,
Yeah.
but I thought it was a really great lucrative decision to go to like musical theater college.
Yeah.
And we did some acting exercise that I never forgot, which is where our teacher made us do improv where we had to like have high stakes or whatever.
Yeah.
And what you realize when you're 19 years old and you're watching your friends figure out what high stakes equals, it's when you have stillness that you have more power.
Yes.
You know, and like whenever like your mom or your dad or somebody or your boyfriend or girlfriend is
Significant other,
real
right.
mad at you,
Oh, yeah.
like when they're like really quiet about it, then you're like, oh, I really
It's a
fucked up.
problem, right?
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Because like
Steely.
when we're just like yelling at each other, it's like, okay, cool, like
And
this is kind of
nobody's
flowing and
hearing
whatever.
anything.
Right, exactly. And then when you get to that stillness place, you're like, okay, now we all have to be real careful because it's
Because he's so
it
mad.
really
he's
means
not.
it. Yeah. So that I mean, like, you know, when you just spend, you know, a night in jail and you watch a guy make eye contact with you while he takes a shit in the jail cell, you're like, you can't go back from that.
Yeah.
That's a ledge.
I mean,
you can't walk
truly.
away from.
That is
Speaking
a lot.
about your
Definitely.
theater and your musical background, I just want everyone to know, okay, this guy is a composer.
Yeah.
He's an actor. I would even go so far to say he's a comedian. Like, would you consider yourself a comedian too?
Sure, I get cast in funny stuff. Sure, yeah.
So a comic actor for
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I would never
Great
do stand
timing.
up, but
The Shallow
he's
End
freaking-
web series
Stop it.
lets
Oh my
me
God.
know
The
that you are a comedian.
Yeah, I saw it too.
I did
That's
too.
very-
I
listen.
loved
I'm
it.
here for it, guys. He has a web series on YouTube, The Shallow End. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in.
that's very sweet.
Jason, let us know, what are you up to right now?
Oh, I got the picture for you, like if you thought.
Well, there he is.
I took that today actually.
Yeah.
So
So right now I'm tomorrow actually I start I'm doing a pilot for ABC.
Nice.
Yeah, we're doing
Congrats.
a multicam for that. That's really cool. And then I'm excited because I get to work with Jane Curtin. Do you guys remember her?
Yes,
from Third Rock from
of
the Sun? Yeah.
course.
Her and Will Sasso and a whole bunch of cool people. So we start that tomorrow, and then meanwhile I'm doing a show at Rockwell bar in Los Feliz.
Okay.
And there we're doing 10 Things I Hate About You, the musical parody. Yeah.
Nice. That was a good one.
and he is Joey effing Donner.
Yeah. If you guys
If
remember.
you really want to know why I'm saying that, you have to see the show.
Yeah, Andrew Keegan. You guys remember him, right?
Yeah.
And all those teen movies in the 90s and 2000s. Yeah, I'm playing Andrew Keegan.
Nice.
Basically. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm a total asshole in the show. So it's very different from Mike.
Well, that's all,
That
but
means
to
you
be
have
able-
range.
I was just about to say the fact that you have the acting chops that can go both places. It's admirable.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah.
So, guys, you can find him at jasonmichaelsnow.com. So make sure you check him out. Go to the menu and go to the drop downs and see everything this guy is into. He's into quite a bit, let me tell you. I also wanted Miss Kitty to tell us about this little special segment we
Oh,
have
the special
here.
segment. Go Chips. Go Chips has nothing to do with the special segment, but I
That
love
sounds
the
like
music.
chips. That sounds, yeah,
That's right.
yeah,
It's chips.
exactly right.
So we're talking today about the McRib people. Okay, this first came onto the scene back in 1981. They made reference to it in the show. It was absolutely hilarious how it just came out of total rando, right? They're just having a conversation. He's like, McDonald's has this new sandwich, and it's kind of like me. It's fake.
Fake meat.
Right, fake meat. So it's actually real meat. I did my homework. Again, it was introduced in 81, and it goes away and comes back. You'll be interested to know because the prices of the meat go up. So they would have to charge a lot for the actual sandwich, which is ironic because it's like pieces of meat. It's like Spam or hot dogs. They call it flaking.
You better hush.
I swear,
This
girl.
manufactured pressed
There
meat.
you go. And it's all compressed into this pieces to make it look like meat. It's not even real bones.
To make it formulated like a rib.
like a rib. There you
So
go.
it can trick your mind into thinking you're having the
But the
real
thing
deal.
is not even a trick. Like everybody
Slather it in
knows.
barbecue sauce so you can't
Right,
taste
so you can't taste that this is a mess.
that fake flavory goodness.
They call it flaking, and they literally take like a pig's heart or
I'm okay. Yo, we're good. We ain't gotta even
just
go deep.
pieces
We
of
not.
the animal that you would not normally eat. That's not really like appetizing to Americans. In other countries, this
So
might be
it's
considered
like
good
eating
stuff.
a hot dog.
It's like eating a hot
Yeah.
dog or Spam or anything that's manufactured pieces of meat that are not literal pieces of meat.
I think that's chicken nuggets too, right?
Yes,
Or the
chicken,
chicken
nuggets
nuggets, yeah.
came out in '83,
Yeah.
and they're become more popular because somehow people associate chicken with being healthier, but they're actually worse than the
Yeah,
McRib.
chicken nuggets are awful.
They're
yeah,
horrific.
If you saw the
So-
way it comes out of the machine, if you
Right,
watch
when
that
they come
documentary,
press it.
oh my God,
So good.
pink gooey
Yeah,
goodness.
just a big
nastiness.
tube of like pink nastiness, and you're like,
Yes.
I'm gonna eat
It looks
that.
I
like
want that.
toothpaste.
Yeah.
Right, and then you
Like
just
pink
fry it up
toothpaste.
Yep.
and serve me that. I think not.
We're just gonna make it into some shape that looks like
Right.
it might come from chicken and
Maybe.
serve it on a
So
bun.
that's what the McRib made its debut in
Aren't there a
81.
bunch of people that like want the McRib to come back?
Oh yeah,
Like, there's a whole
there's a
subculture.
whole following
That's
of
the
this
thing.
thing. That's what I find so alarming. Like you know what it is, you know it's disgusting. It's not good for you. It has no nutritional value, and it's just nasty stuff. Yet every time it comes back, people flock like it is the second coming. They can't wait to get a piece of McRib. Girl, they love that mess.
Okay, so let's get into our predictions, guys. It's prediction time.
AfterBuzz TV.
That's good. That's good.
You
That's
like
good.
that?
Yeah. This is high tech. I love this.
Is AfterBuzz TV Halloween theme. Okay, let's start with you, Kitty. What is your prediction?
Oh gosh! First of all, I hope the season comes back. That's a
Yes.
given. We don't know, right? It's a big
Absolutely.
question mark. Everybody's saying they don't know. So if I had to make a prediction, I would say that Dawn is smart enough to take her coinage and somehow separate herself from Homeboy and become his competition.
Boom.
Yes.
I like it. I
Yes,
love
girl.
it. I want some more of it.
Yeah.
Come on, Jason. Let's go.
All right. I think Blair is gonna maybe find out that he's in over his head,
That part.
and I think he is gonna probably have to rely on Dawn more than he thought, and then the season arc's gonna be them becoming equals.
Ooh, facts. That's what I think she'd make an amazing competition.
I think
for
so
him.
too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Brains of the operation.
She really is.
Go ahead, Shay.
I think Mo's gonna come back like in a sneaky way though. Like he's gonna try to train somebody to like infiltrate. Just in a way, maybe hopefully get Dawn back on his side.
Facts.
And just in a way, so like since Blair can track him or hire a PI, like just indirectly, and I would love that. So hopefully, like even Dawn come back on Mo's side.
You want Dawn and Mo to be together so badly.
I don't want them to be together so much as like I think they make a great team, and now they're like everything is you kind of know everything about them.
He doesn't deserve her.
He doesn't deserve her, but now they can be equal. I feel like now at this point they legit can now be equal. There's no need 15%,
but you never
no
know
15%.
But he's so full of it, he'll never be like if he thinks anyone is of his caliber, then he does everything in his power to like knock them down.
Well, he's already knocked down, so I mean, how low can he go?
How low can you go?
How low down low? All the way to the top. Okay, let me get into my predictions, guys. I really think that there's going to be a loophole in this deal. I really feel like it's not free and clear yet. I feel like once they pick up season 2, there's going to be something about that deal. Something in the buttermilk just ain't clean. So,
oh my God, I love that.
we are going to find out because I really don't think it's going to be that cut and dry. And I think Mo will have the upper hand eventually. I think he will have a redeeming moment. He's not going to be flat broke like what we expect for him to be at this point.
What you might have to say if he ain't broke.
Right. So, I'm excited to see, him and Don kind of partner up again, not romantically, but just as partners.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
That'd be so great. So, guys, thank you so much, Jason, for being here with us, clowning with us. You've been amazing.
Thank you.
And Kitty, Shay, let us all know where to find you guys at.
Okay, you guys can find me at Real Shay Jones on Twitter and Instagram. Tuesday is the season finale of Good Trouble at 8 p.m. We're also going to be doing a 7 p.m. live watch along. And Thursday, 7 o'clock, The Perfectionist.
Boop. Jason, where can we find you, boo?
Well, you can find me at JMS Pinafore. That's a gay reference if you get it. On all social media.
I'm Kitty Kaboom, Kittie Kaboom on IG. And everything else is Kitty Meow, Kitty Kali. You'll figure it out. Kittie. Just look for that.
And I am your host, Angel Taylor. You can find me on all platforms at Angel Taylor _. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching. We had so much fun.
Yes.
Season finale,
Awesome.
Black Monday. We made it. Season 2.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.